Whatever happened to Faye, Ray? Solar Ash was a really dope game I played recently. Basically, the world is like in a pull of a black hole, which they call the Ultra Void, right? So the world is dying, and there's this group called the Void Runners who want to use this alien technology to collapse the black hole from the inside out, right? It's called the Star Seed. That's what they call it. I mean, the plan sounds good. They kind of don't know if it's going to work out. So right off the bat, it's a little 50-50, but apparently they fail, I guess. So we, as the main character, as Ray, set off to help them out. We don't get any cutscene for this. It's just text. It's just text until we jump in, right? We meet Echo, which is this giant lady. She'll be important later. Once you pop in, it feels massive, bro. You run into the first boss, and you're introduced to the gameplay loop, which is cleaning slime and then fighting the boss. Fighting the boss is like you skate all over him and hitting checkpoints and then slamming the eye or something, the weak spot. It's pretty sick. The first boss here is Big Snake. It's a good boss. Then we meet Sid, who's kind of the other character, the central hub of us, and kind of the person who's able to activate the Star Seed or turn it on and off, but we have to manually still input the final code, something like that. Anyway, we get to the next area, which is also massive. That's where we meet this Veruki widow lady who has like PTSD and her husband died or something. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty sad. You clean slime and then we fight the boss. In this case, it's Bomb Snake. So it's just like Big Snake, but it just flips over and throws bombs. Also, it has a weird audio issue. No matter how many times I replayed it, it just cuts off. You don't hear anything here. So it's kind of funny. We beat that boss. We go to the next spot, the Iron Root Basin. This is where we meet the tall boy. This is a real tall dude that shoots lasers. So I mean, you clean the slime, get the dude, nothing too crazy. This is where you get my favorite outfit in the game, which is this outfit. It gives you like a boost in your little boost ability. The power-ups are kind of not significant enough to really matter, but the suits are really cool. Anyway, we go into this tree, and under there is kind of like the conclusion to the Veruki widow's story. Pretty sad. Then we go to the Shroom Land, where we meet the coolest character design. This is Auric.
Don't talk about my mom, Joe. Sometimes he rhyme quick, sometimes he rhyme.
This is Auric. He's the poet, he's the gardener. He's supposed to be in the cycle where he self-sacrifices, but he leads us to follow these elders who are supposed to explain what's going on in the Ultra Void, but they're just really rude to us, to be honest. They don't really care about us. The boss here is the Evil Eye, bro. This boss is pretty intimidating at first glance. The Evil Eye battle, I gotta say, is really cool. There's like a grinding rail to go all the way up into this tiny planet, which kind of feels like Mario Galaxy vibes, but it's pretty scary. After we beat the boss, we go to the mirror scene. There's acid water here, so that's kind of the gimmick. You climb up because it's really vertical. It's really vertical, but we get up to where the squid captain is. He's kind of cool. I like his attitude. His troops are all dead, and his leader was supposed to be this really cool guy, but he turns out to be super corrupt. So in the end of his story, he just blasts him, bro. It's pretty crazy. And we also get my favorite boss in this game, which is the Rust Dragger, bro. This is the best because we're skating all over him, and then we're even skating the sword. He punches acid, and we have to dodge that, and then like his death is so sick. He just falls on top of that like thing. After we leave, we go to the lava peak, which is where we meet Diablo Bat. That's the main boss of this level. He's intimidating us since the very beginning. A bunch of spikes and lava, and you gotta like not fall at all. The boss fight, dude, this boss fight is the one that took me the longest because the timing is harder, especially on even harder difficulties, and falling is just instant death. It's pretty much the last thing you do. You have to go back to activate the Star Seed, but you can check in on your boy Auric, and this is the conclusion to his story where he's supposed to self-sacrifice, and he kind of chickens out. He kind of doesn't do it, which I respect, because it's like, bro, you don't have to. I mean, we're gonna destroy the black hole, right? You know, we're gonna save the world. Also, towards the front of the room, there's this body of this Veruki alien called TD, which is Tarragon Danderpaws. They've been leaving journal entries that are scattered throughout the world, and you see them. At first, I thought they were going to be Echo, because, you know, they're the only other character in this game. We're like tracking down parts of them. In the end, we're going to find them, you know, so I figured it was going to be like scattered pieces, and this is the individual. Anyway, we go back to the Star Seed. There's a planet. It's really damaged, so we try to activate it immediately, and we fail. Echo asks us to stop. So you either have a choice here where you can activate the Star Seed, like keep the original plan going, which is going to cause a time loop, which makes this game infinitely replayable if you think about it. Or you could decide to just turn off the Star Seed, like collapse that Star Seed, I guess, itself. Ray becomes this giant monster because I guess she's consumed with guilt and hate for her, or like for failing or whatever, I don't know. And turns out Ray is also Echo. Like Echo's like a piece of Rey that was split off, I guess, from the multiple cycles that she's done this. The finishing animation for beating Rey is really sick though. I think you should play Solar Ash. It's got Void Runners, just like in Ollie Ollie World, so that's another plus. I hope they make a sequel where they expand upon the combat and the outfits. By the way, I had never seen the original trailer, and it's so crazy to rewatch it because it's pretty different. It kind of gives off sequel vibes now if I watch it, but the voice actor for Rey is different, and like the opening, it's pretty cool. Also, I made my own Solar Ash Sona. This is them. They're pretty sick, broski.